In this video, I'm going to answer 30 SEO questions from Quora in less than 30 minutes. And watch until the end because there's a super weird question about the FBI. So question number one is, which SEO tool is best for Google keyword research? So if price is taken out of the equation, then Ahrefs is the best in my opinion. Their keyword index is almost as comprehensive as SEMrush, but what makes their tool the best is their keyword difficulty, or KD feature. It is 10 times better than SEMrush's keyword difficulty metric. The next question is, what is the goal of keyword research? So the goal of keyword research is to find keywords that are hyper relevant, have high transactional intent for your business, and to find keywords that your website is capable of ranking for given its current age, authority, and trust. Question number three is, how many keywords should you use in an 800-word blog post? Well, the short answer is that it depends, but you can use data to make that determination. All you need to do is model what's already ranking for your target keyword. And the fastest way to do that is to use a tool like SERP, which will tell you the exact number of times that each of your competitors mention your target keyword phrase on their pages. Question number four is, how can I find out who is searching for a specific keyword? Ultimately, you can't find out who the exact person is. However, you can use demographics to create a profile of the people visiting your website. And Google Analytics provides all kinds of data ranging from gender, the types of devices people are using, and even their location. So now let's move on to question number five, which is, how are partial match keywords in websites treated by Google? So you need to think about SEO on a page-by-page basis. Mentioning a keyword across multiple pages isn't a big deal. For example, SEO is mentioned thousands of times on my website, Gotcha SEO. However, problems arise when multiple pages are created around the same exact keywords or slight variations. This is known as keyword cannibalization. So let's say your primary keyword is Los Angeles personal injury lawyer. You create one page targeting this keyword phrase and all the variations with the same intent, such as personal injury lawyer in Los Angeles or personal injury attorney in LA. And that's because these are nothing more than keyword variations. They do not deserve a separate page. And the only time you should create a separate page is when the keyword has different intent. For example, personal injury statistics in Los Angeles should have its own dedicated page because the intent is different. The next question is, should I target keywords with zero search volume in SEO? I recommend an 80-20 split. 80% of your content should target a keyword, while 20% can target keywords that are more risky or don't have search volume. And one workaround is that search volume isn't the only way to validate an idea. You can use websites like Quora or Reddit to find ideas and then use the user engagement as validation for that topic. This is an awesome way to find untapped opportunities. The next question is, how can I prevent my website to be shown on Google searches for specific keywords? You can use the no index tag or even block Google's crawlers using the robots.txt file. You can also request Google to remove your page using this tool. And the final question about keywords is, what are the best keywords for gardening? So the first thing I would do if I was entering the garden niche is to open up Ahrefs, go into the Keyword Explorer, and enter gardening. Then I'd go down and see what websites are ranking, because if they're ranking for this competitive head keyword, they're probably ranking for many other relevant keywords. I would then go to Ahrefs batch analysis and enter some of the competitors. Then I would look into the keywords for the website that has the most traffic. That's the first step to gathering ideas, and then I'd run a content gap to see if their competitors are ranking for keywords that they aren't. So now it's time to move on to some core questions about SEO content and on-page SEO. So the first question is on-page SEO more important than off-page SEO? And it is not more important than off-page SEO. Optimizing your pages around a qualified keyword is the foundation of ranking. However, for ranking for competitive keywords, on-page SEO just won't be enough to rank. You'll need external signals of trust, which is when backlinks, or what some may describe as off-page SEO, come into play. The next question is, what is the word limit for a long-form piece of content to rank higher on Google SERPs? Now, there's no limit to how many words you can use on any given page, but that said, it's best to model what's already ranking. For example, if the average competitor on the first page has 1,300 words, you should aim to be around the same or just slightly more. You can use SERP to gather word count averages for the top 10 competitors for any keyword. The next question is, what are some of the best on-page SEO techniques? So the most important on-page SEO technique is creating a page with the intent in mind. But after that, you should place your target keyword in the most important locations, such as the title, your H1, first sentence, and last sentence. You should then use SERP to add keyword variations to the page. And as I mentioned above, you should use it to identify the ideal word count. But with that said, none of this will matter if your page doesn't load fast, isn't mobile friendly, and has a poor user experience. So now let's move on to some Quora questions about link building. The first question is, how long does it take to increase domain authority from 0 to 30? And I purposely picked this question because this is the wrong question to be asking. DA, DR, or any third-party metrics should never be a key performance indicator or KPI when it comes to SEO performance. The only KPI that matters in SEO is organic search traffic growth. So that said, organic search traffic is a lagging metric, which means its current level is determined by yesterday's actions. So you should also be tracking lead metrics like linking route domain growth or new SEO content assets created. The next question is, what is the best way to get backlinks as a beginner blogger? And the answer here is simple, but it isn't easy. You need to create content that's worth linking to. Simply ask yourself, would I freely link to this content? And if the answer is no, then keep iterating. Core question number 14 is, what's the difference between a backlink and a link? A backlink is a link from another website to yours, and a link could refer to any type of link, including backlinks or internal links, which occur when you link to pages on your own website. The next question is, do social media links count as backlinks? Yes, they do qualify as a backlink, but they aren't effective backlinks. And as a general rule of thumb, the easier it is to get a backlink, the less valuable it is. And in the case of social media links, anyone can get those links, so they practically have no value. Plus, social media links will be no followed, which means that the website's authority doesn't pass through the link. Question number 16 is, why is link building so hard? And that's by design, because good links should be hard to get because that's what makes them valuable. And link building gets much easier when you A, are a well-known brand in your vertical, and B, you produce content that's unique and worth linking to. And the opposite is also true. Link building is super hard when you're promoting stuff that isn't worth linking to. The next question is, are backlinks from .gov and .edu websites beneficial for my website? And yes, they're very beneficial. The .gov and .edu TLDs are the most trusted of all. Question 18 is, what are the advantages and disadvantages of link building? So the advantage is that quality backlinks improve your rankings, which can increase your organic search traffic. The disadvantages are that link building campaigns are extremely tough, and if you build links the wrong way, you can get penalized. The next question is it useful to get Quora backlinks? So if the goal is to drive authority from Quora to your website, then it is a useless endeavor because those Quora links are no follow. But if your goal is to build your authority as a personal brand, or you want to drive relevant referral traffic to your website, then it could be useful. Just remember that the purpose of the link is to drive traffic from one page to another or from one website to another. It's not all about SEO. Question number 20 is, how do I identify a trustworthy link? So high quality backlinks have 8 characteristics, including relevance, traffic, authority, link profile quality, editorial standards, outbound link quality, indexation, and anchor text. Now the next question is, does leaving blog comments help with SEO and backlinks? Well, the answer here is the same as the question about Quora backlinks. No followed links don't pass authority, but blog commenting can be useful for branding and for driving referral traffic. Question number 22 is, what is a link wheel in SEO? So this is an old school tactic that involved linking Web 2.0 properties together with the idea that each would piggyback off the authority of each property. It actually did work, but a more modern and safer strategy is to replace Web 2.0s with editorial links. And now the final question about link building is, what is the difference between lost links and broken links in SEO? So lost links occur when a website removes your link, the page that hosted your link is deleted, or the website goes out of commission. Broken links occur when the target URL is entered incorrectly. So now we're into the home stretch. Here are the final 7 SEO questions from Quora, including the one about the FBI. So the first question is having multiple SEOs working on my website at the same time effective or not? And I'm assuming this question is asking if you should have more than one SEO expert or company working on your campaign at a time. And in this case, 2 is not better than 1. And I've actually had this happen before. We were executing an SEO campaign for a client and couldn't figure out how our changes kept getting reversed and why some changes weren't getting approval. And come to find out, the client was working with 2 SEO companies at the same time, including us. And that's why I immediately decided to fire the client. And I've seen some dumb stuff in the SEO industry since starting in 2011, but this tops the list. Now the next question is, what is the best framework for SEO? So number 1, find a qualified keyword that your website is capable of ranking for. Number 2, create the most unique asset around that keyword. Number 3, acquire backlinks to the content. Number 4, create more topically relevant content to support the primary asset. And number 5, make sure your user experience is rock solid. And the 26th SEO question from Quora is, why are Google's mobile search results different from desktop search results? And the answer is simple. It's because Google's mobile first indexing. So the next question is an interesting one. Why is Google search so stupid? Well, while Google search results aren't perfect, their search engine has been one of the most important innovations of the modern world. Think about it. What would you do right now if you had a question about something and Google didn't exist? And now the 28th question, which is the one you've been waiting for, does the FBI monitor Google searches? So first, let me start by saying that I am not a lawyer and this is not legal advice. This is purely for educational purposes. That said, the FBI can only see your Google searches if they have a warrant. U.S. citizens are protected by the 4th Amendment of the Constitution, which protects from illegal search and seizure. That said, the FBI can look at your search and browsing history if they get a warrant issued by a judge and seize your computer. Now, the next question is, what are the benefits of SEO training? Now, it's no secret that I'm going to be biased in this answer because Gotch SEO is an SEO training company. That said, I believe that self-education is the most important action you can take if you want to level up your life. And the primary benefit of SEO training is that you're getting access to a focused process. This is contrary to you trying to learn on your own and trying to piece everything together. Doing that is incredibly difficult. In short, quality SEO training or any type of good training can help you learn a skill much faster, which then allows you to get results faster. And then the final SEO question from Quora is, how much does it cost to be on the first page of Google search? So you can get on the first page of Google for any keyword today if you're willing to pay for Google Ads. But if you're trying to rank in organic results, it will depend on your site's age, authority, and trust. New websites can take years to pick up steam in organic search, depending on how competitive the vertical is. However, websites with established authority can rank for the target keywords in as little as 1 to 3 months, but it will depend on the competition. So those are 30 answers to 30 SEO questions from Quora. If you got a lot of value from this video, please like it, drop a comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.